Today we are back at our mountain test course, and I brought with me our long-term 2025 Ford Bronco Sport Badlands edition. You'll also notice it's got a new set of tires. Can this very capable compact crossover conquer our mountain? We're going to find out right now on Driving Sports TV.
This episode is brought to you by Onyx Off-Road. Save 20% off a new membership using the code DSTV.
Spring is in the air, the flowers are blooming, and our mountain test course has mostly dried out from being several feet under snow. That means it's time for another year of off-road challenges. This is a 2025 Ford Bronco Sport Badlands edition. It is one of the most capable compact crossovers you can buy on the market today. And we actually bought this one for long-term testing, so look for more episodes with it in the future. Good reminder, hit that subscribe button. The Badlands we have here features a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder gas engine that produces a peak 238 horsepower and 277 pound-feet of torque with both direct and port injection. The transmission is an 8-speed automatic with extra oil cooling. It powers all 4 wheels through a clutch-based all-wheel drive system with a center lock function and a twin-clutched rear drive unit. EPA rates economy at 21 miles to the gallon in town and 27 on the highway. The suspension is beefed up with the new Haas 2.0 system. This setup adds 46mm monotube rear shocks and softer springs compared to standard models. Ground clearance from the factory is 8.1 inches with the standard Continental Cross Contact ATR tires. But I didn't really care for those tires. They simply weren't aggressive enough. So I swapped out a set of Falken Wildpeak AT4Ws in a 235/65 R17 fitment. These are slightly larger than the factory tires, which improves our ground clearance up to 8.7 inches. Also, I think it's important to note that these tires are the same size you get if you option the Sasquatch package, which we do not have on this rig. Price of our 2025 Bronco Sport Badlands, as you see it here, with optional mud flaps and eruption green metallic paint, $42,685 US, including destination. The plan today is to get through some of our easier trails. Well, typically they're easier, but there is some mud down there, so roll the dice, see what happens. If we get through those, then we're going to work our way up to the Anaconda. This is going to be exciting. The first run of the season. Conditions today are, of course, sunny. It's almost warm out. It's mid-50s. I have walked the course, and man, everything has some mud somewhere. So let's see how this does. Now the tires that we have equipped on this are the Falken Wildpeak AT4W. They are the newer version of what was the AT3W. And then of course, there's the all-wheel drive system in this vehicle. It is using the dual-clutched rear end unit, which has clutches on both sides to be able to shift power around. And then on top of that, it can lock both clutches so that it essentially has a rear locker. And then what else do we have to play with? Well, we have goat modes, and then we also have a thing called trail control with one pedal, so we'll play with that in just a little bit. To get started here, I am going to do what most people will do and just switch it into off-road mode. Going into that mode locks the center clutch to keep power evenly distributed front to back. And one thing I do have to worry about with this vehicle is clearances. I know I say that a lot, but it's true. I mean, this only has 8.1 inches of ground clearance before we put these tires on, and now it's 8.7. Here's the thing. Over the season, as the snow melts off, it also takes some of the dirt with it, especially in the drainage ditches. And I'm about to hit one of those drainage ditches right now. And I'm probably going to rub that steel skid plate on the front. Oh, yep. This truck does have underbody protection, which is good. Oh, there we go. So far, so good. We're going to be going up the Rattler here, which is one of our easier courses. Now, it is extra swampy on the inside because that's where the hill is draining all of its water to. And the middle ridge, I think we're probably going to bump a couple rocks because of the ground clearance issues with this vehicle. Now, keep in mind, there's the first rock. Now keep in mind, if you are considering a Sasquatch Bronco Sport Badlands, we have that same amount of ground clearance as the Sasquatch right now because we have the larger tire option, which I put on aftermarket. Ooh, there's a rock. Okay, so clearance test didn't do very well. Now we're going to try climbing up and out. Now this is obviously very difficult when it's super wet or covered in ice and snow, but it should be kind of easy-ish right now. But it is steep. We got that breakover. We're gonna make the breakover. Yes, okay, good start. I'm feeling confident. If you're not used to off-roading, you might be wondering why not keep the center clutch locked all the time? And the reason is actually turning like this. Normally, your front wheels actually track a longer distance when going in corners than the back wheels do because they kind of more pivot. Because of that, you don't want even power distribution. Instead, you actually want uneven distribution. But when you get into the situations like this and you need even power, you gotta lock it. With mud, momentum is your friend, and that's something else that the off-road mode will do. Will allow me to spin my wheels. Basically takes a layer of traction control off, because you kind of have to swim through it. Down we go. But you don't want to go too fast because that's when you start compressing and braking stuff. Now this hill kind of sketches me out a little bit because it's much moister than it appears. So we can't get too much momentum because then we'll just slide. And hopefully we can avoid that. We'll see. So the last time I drove this particular route in the mud, I had a Ford F-150 Raptor R, and I got it so stuck, I had to call my neighbors to come and winch me out. Let's not do that today. We got another ditch that is super muddy and deep now. Oh, bump the front there, slip it around. Oh, get through and throttle, yes. Ha. I have noticed that the ditches here are way muddier and way deeper than they were when I left them. So back up a little here, I'm gonna have to charge it. We're probably gonna bottom out, but hopefully we can just slide over it. Come on, Vance, come on. Throttle, 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 whoa! Come on, keep going, keep going, keep going. Oof, not good. Let's try that again. Okay, we need to lock the rear diff. Yeah, that should be good. Let's see if that works. Oh yeah, there we go. Rear diff for the win, and up and over. Yes! We have another ditch here, but let's see how we can do on it. It's gonna be slippery, it's gonna be muddy. Can we get it with just three wheels? Yeah, we got over. Okay, now we have the steepest part. Ha! What I'm noticing here is that it's almost impossible to tell where it's muddy and where it's dry because the surface layer is dry. But as soon as I start to spin a wheel, mud. So, let's back up just a little bit to get this one started. It's gonna be muddy, there's some boulders. Let's do it. Currently sitting at a 10-degree tilt. Oh yeah, keep the throttle, keep momentum, up and over. Man, this traction control and just this whole powertrain is so good at this. I just wish they would give this vehicle, 10 inches of ground clearance. Oh, that would be awesome. And now we have the final ascent. A little hole there. And oh, drag the back a little bit. And up we go. Ah, nicely done. Right, well, let's move on to something even more challenging. If you're not a regular viewer of the show, you may not realize how challenging those hills can be. And that's the funny thing about off-roading. It looks easy until it's not. And I can tell you, we were very close to getting stuck there in a couple spots. Not permanently stuck, but challenging situation stuck. And speaking of that, this is the ladder. Before we do this, I think there's a rock I want to get out of the way. Let's not high center right out of the gate. Right. I'm sure that'll fix it. What's happened with the ladder here is that because most of the runoff comes down this portion of the hill, it's actually cut 2 channels where the wheels have been going over the last year. And then I think the hole that's about 3/4 of the way up is deeper, at least looks deeper from here. It's probably quite moist as well. So strategy, I want to stay on the rocks, but the problem is that ridge in the middle, we may not have enough ground clearance. So I might have to straddle that section just a little bit. I'm going to be in off-road mode, lock to center clutch automatically. Let's go ahead and lock the rear. And I'm going to turn off advanced track so I don't have any interference from traction control systems. Okay, let's see what this does. Up we go. Throttle, 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 throttle. Keep it in, keep it in, keep it in. We're going to stick a wheel down there. What? What a goat! Yes! They call it the goat mode, and they are right. Boom! Did it. Wow. I mean, Bronco Sport combined with the AT4Ws, this thing's a machine. The only thing that it's really lacking is ground clearance, but so impressed so far. That said, we're not done yet. We still have to do the Anaconda. And actually, I haven't even finished this one yet, so let's finish this, and then we'll do the Anaconda. So this is actually the steepest portion of, I think, the entire course. There's a second climb right here. Let's keep it up with momentum. Up we go! Oh man, it just has so much grip. Oh, and the last part of the hill up here too. Huh, interesting. Okay, well man, that is really impressive. Let's drive over this hill that fell down. It's a nice thing about off-road courses. They just kind of make themselves harder as time goes on. Easier, harder, easier, harder. It depends on what happened to it. Oh yeah, scrape those shrubs. Down we go and over. Oh yeah, I am stoked. This thing is so good. Oh, we're gonna seriously rub here if I don't do anything. So let's ride that shoulder, berm a little bit. Okay, and we're good. Down we go. Now here we are, set up for Anaconda. I should probably walk the course just real quick to make sure that you know, the course is still there. Leaving it for a full season, who knows what happens. Oh, I destroyed that wheel. I think that was on Sidewinder when we first hit that little bump with the log under it. A couple boulders must have got in there, banged it up. Oh well, that's what happens. Well, at least I don't have to worry about scratching a wheel now, because that one is bad. Right, so same approach here. Just gonna keep an even, steady throttle. I have traction control turned off, and I have everything that can be locked. Let's do it. Up we go, up and over. This thing is so good. Man. Rubbing there? Nope. Ooh, yeah, there's some rubbing on that brake over. I see a bunch of bushes have actually grown up in the middle. Let's not scratch this thing too much. So I'm gonna hug the left here a little bit more. Oh, I guess we're just gonna go straight over that one. Go up that hill here, getting it done. Now we have the ditches. Oh boy. Let's get this teetered over. Boop. I'm gonna go check out the ditches to make sure that they're not swamps. Okay, that looks dry. That's good. Nice. There is some deterioration here. If we hug the corners, we should be okay, maybe. I don't know, we'll see. So keeping in off-road mode with traction off, I am using this camera system quite a lot actually. Listening for grinding and braking of things. Okay, we're already high centered. Ah, man, is that gonna be it? Can I not get over this? Because of the high center situation. Let's go slight angle. Okay, slight angle. Just enough to get over it, I think. A little grinding, but not too bad. That nose, how we doing here? Keeping it on the inside of the bank. Oh, I got a big rock in the way, so I got to move that rock. It's always something. Let's put this. Let's put this over here. You live there now. Okay, now I'm going to zigzag the other way because I can't go straight on these. How close am I on that side? Pretty close, but I think we're okay. Oop. Nope. Definitely not even close to where I need the brake over to be there. Okay, let's just see where we are here. There's just not enough room to go around on this one. I don't have sliders, so let's not ruin the side sills too much. Yeah, I am right there. Let's see if I'm going to be lifting anytime soon. Oh. Well, my mud flap has torn off. I think these mud flaps are too low, to be honest. These ones are still attached. That's good. Do I have any tools to remove the rest of that mud flap? Probably not. I think all I can do is go back because I'm not lifting quite enough. It's going to, oh, you know what? I can probably hug this over here a little more. Let's try that. Make sure I don't put my wheel off the edge of the road though. I mean, cameras are great, but a real set of eyeballs is a real winning strategy. There we go. Try not to fall in the hole or off the edge. Okay, good. I think we're gonna get this. Come on, rear wheel. Whoa. Rub just a little. I think we're good. Yes. Okay. One last feature. Wow, this is this is hard. So let's see if we're gonna go down this. I don't know if this is easier or harder. It's harder. Is that mud flap still hanging by a thread? Okay, we're gonna have to go to the edge again on this one, I think. Where's that rock? Can't go on the rock. Gotta bypass. Oh. No. No, you don't stick. How is it that you can be in the middle of nowhere on a road you built yourself and have a stick scratch your paint? Just out of nowhere. Nature's wild, man. Okay, keep going. Up and over this way. Yeah. Okay, well, that was not easy. So I think we're gonna call it good there. There's no way I'm gonna get up that last climb considering the trouble we just went through to go through that midsection. Oh man. Can I just clip that on for now? Maybe? Maybe? That might make it all the way home. I hope. Even though we're not going to continue up the course, I do need to get down again. And the bypass out of here, it's kind of treacherous in its own way. It's very steep and rather loose because we rarely ever drive on it. So what am I going to do here? I'm going to keep it in off-road use. I'm going to go ahead and use the trail control system, which we have not used yet, which is a one-pedal driving button or a crawl control system. If it's in crawl control mode, it'll crawl like this. Basically, whatever speed I set using set, it'll go at, down to like 1 mile per hour roughly. So I don't want to do that. I want to use single pedal. So trail, 1 pedal active. So at this point I take my foot off the gas and it puts brake on. Add gas and we crawl forward very slowly. And I love this because it uses the brake to give you an ultra slow crawl mode. And the idea here is that we're not going to go too fast and start sliding. There we go. And I'm just going to ease down the hill. Because even though it doesn't start very bad, it gets much steeper at the bottom, and I'm a little concerned I'm actually going to put my nose in. I'm not sure how this is going to work. Usually we don't take crossovers that have this much engine in front of the tires down this course. So this is kind of a first. Going up, it's one thing, but going down, I can feel that back rear tire is not touching anything. It's up in the air. Actually, man, this 1 pedal drive, it's brilliant. It truly is. It's like the slowest crawl mode you've ever experienced in a crossover. So good. Okay, so now I want to be not dead on. I want to kind of hit this at an angle so I don't scoop my nose too much. How are we going to do there? Yeah, okay. And obviously you don't want spring compression because that makes things even worse. All right, well, let's go down the ladder and we will wrap this. I think it's safe to say that the Bronco Sport Badlands is the most capable compact crossover you can buy today. Its only real limitation is approach departure and breakover. They're just not good enough because it needs more ground clearance. Even with these extra large tires, which are the same as the Sasquatch, this vehicle absolutely needs about 9.5 inches of ground clearance. And I would love to see Ford commit to that in a future version. What do you think? Is this the one to get, or would you get something else? Post a comment below. For Driving Sports TV, I'm Ryan Douthit. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again right here real soon. And I'm gonna take this home and get a wheel replaced, mud flap replaced, and maybe check for scratches, because I definitely ding that skid plate, that's for sure. Yikes.